Hello and welcome to Furryearsworld, where we are back in Stone Block 3 land, and I've been doing a little bit of off-camera work. I said I would, and lo and behold, I did do a little bit of off-camera work. None of that off-camera work was actually farming, which it probably should have been, which is remiss of me, badly remiss of me. That's not ready. Cool, but we can do some farming now, because then you're here to watch, and that's saving all the best bits for you, question mark. We got plenty of carrots. Can I press caps lock? It's fine. I wondered why that didn't work, and it's because I'm stupid. That's why it did not work. Excellent. So I've made some changes. We've got resources. We haven't got lots of resources. We've got quite a few resources. We had a lot more iron nuggets, but I kind of wore my hammer down. And I kind of wore my hammer down doing this, which is a big tunnel. You can see it on the minimap. And the big tunnel leads all the way down to whatever the hell this is. I don't know what the hell this is, but I now have a tunnel that goes from here all the way down to it. There are spawners in there. I've been in it, because my tunnel goes underneath whatever this structure is. So over here I've got a kind of turning set of stairs that take me up and into this end of whatever this is. And I can have a mooch around, but I've already seen there's at least one spawner in there that I know of, and potentially another two. You can't actually see them on this. There's one spawner that was roughly here. I don't know whether I destroyed it or not. I can't remember. And there were a couple of others up this sort of way. So I'm guessing this whole thing is going to be riddled with spawners. So that's going to be a bit of fun for Furryears. But at least we're not alone in the world anymore. That's why there's a steel door here. Just in case something decides over there is not where it wants to live, and in here with me is where it wants to live. We're not, I don't know. Just no. That's no. We're not doing that. But with the resources that we now have, we've got some brass. I made that in the smeltery over there. I made brass. I'm proud I made brass. We've got like other bits and bobs, nether, quartz, and I can't remember what else. Redstone, we needed quite a bit of redstone. I think we needed 54 redstone. Don't remember exactly. But we're going to use it all, because we need to make a thingamajiggy. A thingamajiggy that is delineated in the bookamajiggy. Getting jiggy with the bookamajiggy. What have we got? We got the wand. Okay, cool. We made the diamond wand, and it helped a lot. I don't know what all this other nonsense is, but we'll get to all of that. We've got quite a few kind of things unlocked. Mob grinding utils might be useful. The monster mash probably would be a bonus. That would probably be a bonus if we could get a couple of them things on the go up in our mob farm, because our mob farm does do a job of work. It's got, what's it got in it at the moment? You can generally see where if I go and stand down here, they get kind of pulled over and they end up in the water and then they get washed down. See, one's about to, looks like, did that creeper push it in? No, he just pushed him out of the way. They kind of need to interact with each other to push them down the water, but when they get there, and the mob masher would deal with that for us. They spend most of their time just spawning and despawning, to be honest with you. But that's not what we're here to do. We're not here to do that. That's not what we're here for. I was just interested in that one. We're still on the getting started page. We want to make the crushing wheels, which requires the mechanical crafter. We need 21 of these, which means we need to do this recipe 7 times. So we're going to need 7 brass casings, which is wood dipped in brass, which we can do because we have brass. More brass than we need. Marvellous. We need to do the wood dance, which shouldn't be a problem. We'll move that hammer. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we tidy that. Like that. Then we grab our brass. My inventory is always a mess. Literally always a mess. Then they become brass doohickey wah-wahs. Then we smash them, and they're quite tough. They are quite tough little buggers, so we use the pickaxe on them. Right, that's one of the ingredients we need. We also needed crafting tables, and I think we can just make normal crafting tables. I don't know if we absolutely need the stone crafting table. It says the stone crafting table, but I don't know whether it means the stone crafting, because look there, crafting table. It seems to be suggesting it will only take the stone crafting table. Alright, okay. Well, I'll do it. I will do it. I've got no shortage of cobblestone, so why wouldn't I do it? So we need 7 of the boys. Just like that. Bosh. 7 crafting tables. So now we only need the complicated nonsense. Isn't that always the way? You get to the point where you've done all the easy stuff, you just need the complicated nonsense. So we need polished rose quartz, which requires rose quartz, which is redstone, 8 redstone, and a nether quartz. Shouldn't be a problem. Let's go with the redstone and the nether quartz. And we need this. I think we need 7 of them. I'm going to check again. I'm just so uncertain. So mind-bogglingly uncertain. Yeah, it's a 1-to-1. It's a 1-to-1. Okay, so it does need to be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nice. And then the redstone goes in, and it kind of just works. The numbers are tight, like a tiger, but generally good. Then we needed to make some sort of sandpaper, and I haven't looked at sandpaper at all. You just don't know how hard I haven't looked at sandpaper. Sandpaper polishing. So sandpaper is paper and sand. Makes sense? Paper is sawdust. That could be a problem. Tree bark. How are we getting tree bark? Acacia log on a cutting board gives us tree bark. How do I make a cutting board? Okay, that's relatively straightforward. Let's go with the tree bark option, because that looks like it's going to be easier for my brain to cope with. I don't know how many of these we're going to need, but we're going to make some. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop. We're starting with 1. So we grab the cutting board. I don't know how the cutting board works. We put it down on the floor, apparently, and then we throw some wood upon it, like that, and then we go, and that gets me tree bark. What does it get me? 1 tree bark. And the paper was, let's have a look at paper. P-A-P-E-R. Paper is, annoyingly, 3 tree bark makes paper. So we're going to need 4. Now, does 1 sandpaper, well, we'll find out, won't we? It's all a question of numbers here. How long does 1 sandpaper last? Big questions. Big questions. I know I have no business asking people about big questions, but I'm asking the big questions. So we got 3 stripped oaks, and we got 3 of them, which makes a piece of paper. And I think we got some sand somewhere. We might not do. We've got compressed sand. That might have to be the one. I don't like using the compressed sand, but I will use the compressed sand. So sand and paper makes sandpaper. I don't know how the sandpaper works now. That's the thing that I don't know. So we'll put that down next to the cake. No, we can't put that down next to the cake. Just go in the crafting table. Is it sandpaper and rose quartz? Nope, it's not. Okay, how does sandpaper work? Interesting. We have questions. Sandpaper. Uses? In an anvil. Sandpaper polishing. Okay, this doesn't really help me. So how does sandpaper polishing work? We're so very nearly there. But it doesn't say how sandpaper polishing works. Does the book help? I don't think the book does it? It doesn't talk about sandpaper polishing at all in this lot. Passive resources. Not really. Create. Not really. Anything here telling me about sandpaper polishing? Blood magic. Ugh, I hate blood magic. The concept of blood magic is just an anathema to me. Okay, so nothing's telling me about sandpaper polishing. But I have sandpaper and I have things what need polishing. So, do I just put the crystal on the ground and then rub it? I don't know. I can't put the crystal on the ground. I can put the crystal on the ground like that. But then, how do I use the sandpaper on it? That didn't help. I don't think that's the right solution. Sandpaper polishing then. This is a conundrum. How do we sandpaper polish? There's got to be a clue here somewhere. So we can make sandpaper. Shift for summary. Can be used to refine materials. The process can be automated with a deployer. Applies polishes to items held in the offhand or lying on the floor when looking at them. Okay. So I was onto the right track by throwing this on the floor. Apparently. So we throw that onto the floor and doesn't work. Did that do something? I don't think it did, you know. I don't think it's doing anything, but it is picking it up again, which is weird. Do I have to hold it? Ah, I have to hold it. Got it. We know what it does now. We should have enough to get this done. I knew there was something going on there, but I couldn't see what it was. We're still very much, you can feel it, early games. So the shenanigans are real. Right, so we should now have 7 polished rose quartz gems. Nice. That's what we're after. So our whole look at the stone wheel now, the getting started, the crushing wheel, should give me, we need 7 iron sheets. And then we've got everything we need. Yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Nice. Got there in the end. We'll go crush those down, because we can do with this machine. Handily dandily set up there. Love a bit of that handily dandily. That sandpaper stressed me out. Not gonna lie, that made my brain, you know, work. And I'm not comfortable with my brain doing work. My brain's not comfortable with my brain doing work. I'm much more at ease when brain doesn't have to think. So now we can just go booper and booper, and that makes these electron tubes, which sound awfully sophisticated, but have been made basically from junk. So we want that, that, and that makes me 3 of them. Bosh. So now we have 21 of these. Now we need to work out where the bloody hell these things go. The pattern we need to make is Mr. B, look. Can we get to Mr. B? Can we get to Mr. B? Possibly get to Mr. B. I don't know how well the pickaxe is going to hold up for this, but we can possibly get to Mr. B. And I don't know how we collect loot from Mr. B. Hello, Mr. B. Hello. Can I have some loot? Do I need empty hand for this? I possibly need an empty hand. If I press the other mouse button, I'm going to punch him. So how do I collect loot from the loot bee? Ah. Oh. Oh, he's just dropping stuff now. He's just spaffing junk at me. Okay. You do that, sir. You do spaff your junk at me. I'll just stand with my back so I can't see your junk. I don't want to see your junk, mate. Just keep spaffing. Keep spaffing. There's a good boy. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Just keep dropping it. Okay. Well, I don't know what all this crap is, but I'm taking it. That box is getting very full. We've got battery, which is ridiculous. Floppy drive, which is a lot. Up here could go the aluminium, and the chance cubes, the diamond. We got another floppy disk. Do they stack? They do not. Excellent work. We might have to lose some of this dust. We've got a lot of dust in there. We did just create a lot of dust for no good reason. So let's take the dust, the clay, the gravel out. Put that, I don't know, in here for now. This is my mob drop chest. This is where I've been sticking things that I've been getting out of the mob farm. Like the arrows, which I don't know why I haven't been sticking them in there, but I haven't. So that's nice. You can have the gravel and the sand and the clay. There we go. That's all good. And some strip type blocks. That frees up a bit of space in here for, I don't know, the brass. No, the brass doesn't go in there. And that's it, really. The brass goes in that one. Okay, good. We got the loot bee. We went down where the loot bee was, got the loot bee. The loot bee has been got. We have a chopping board, should we ever need a chopping board. So the thing we need to build, is made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks high. We need 5 blocks of height. We have in this space that we are working in, potentially 5 blocks of height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 blocks of height here, so we can do it here. I don't know how these things work, so is there a methodology to this? We want 3, 5, 5, 5, 3. 3, 5, 5, 5, 3. Yeah. Okay. So we want 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And up the top, which we can't reach, obviously. Goes without saying we can't get up there. That would be just too easy, wouldn't it? 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've got this craftamajig, and I believe this craftamajig requires a power feed from this mess, which I'm not entirely sure how we're going to work. But we need a... We could run a shaft out into a gear. Messy one. Does this all need to be configured in some way? I don't know. Like I say, I've never used one of these things before. It doesn't really specify anything there, does it? I don't think we can ponder that. We could possibly ponder that. If we hold the right key. No, maybe not. It's not pondering. There's no pondering going on. There is no pondering happening. Okay. Doesn't really want me to ponder that one. So we need to get power into that from here. Which is going to be a pain in the arse. Additionally, I think we need a load more iron. We have 2 nuggets of iron left and 3 nuggets of andesite alloy. We got plenty of zinc. Zinc is not a problem. Shafts could be a problem, but we need iron, which means, somewhat annoyingly, we are going to be crushing a bit more cobblestone. Lose that 47 there, then we got 3 stacks straight up. The hammer is not in good nick, but then we knew the hammer was going to fail us at some point, so we're not too upset about that. We did get more diamonds. We did get a few more diamonds. I think we've got 15 diamonds now, because grinding up everything I ground up to get to the point where we could make all those things took an awful lot of resources. And we had to grind so much. Yep, that was on the cards. That was very much on the cards. I don't remember how we make that hammer though. Let's have a little look-see. H-A-M-M-E-R. Hammer. Diamond hammer. Okay, it's the stone sticks, which we now can't make because we used all the cobblestone for something else, which is fine. We can take more cobblestone. I'm not too bothered about that. Do you remember when we were struggling with like things like cobblestone and stuff? We're not doing that now. We don't do that now. We don't struggle with cobblestone anymore. We need 2 diamonds as well. 16 diamonds we have because we got an extra one, didn't we? That's true. The looty bee, the fruity tooty looty bee gave us an extra diamond. Could not remember the word for diamond then. That's bad. That's very bad. Let's smashy. And smashy. And this should get us all the iron we could ever possibly need. We just need to load it into this thing to do it. Which runs incredibly slowly, and I'm pretty sure we could make that run faster. So what we need to think about is how we get... I'm guessing from this power feed over to this machine. Now we could just run a shaft straight over here. Ideally, I'm thinking into the wall itself is what I'm thinking here. Bear with me on this one. If we go into the wall there, we can have a gear there. In fact, it would be a gearbox there, wouldn't it? And a gearbox there, and then a gear coming out of there and attach onto that. That should power that whole thing. Should. There's a lot of shoulds here, aren't there? I'm uncomfortable with the level of should we are delivering here. Let's have a look at create. At create. So we're going to need a few more shafts, which is andesite alloys, of which we only have 3. And I believe that requires andesite and the zinc, which is all for the good, because we've got a lot of that. Andesite alloy, you're going to make it easy for me there. That's what we're looking for. We need the nug-nugs. We need the nug-nugs. So we've got 24 nug-nugs in there. Nice. At least this stuff is relatively cheap once you've got the andesite. That's kind of a blessing. And then we want shafting thoroughly. The tree just grew, by the way. Just in case you're wondering why I shrank like a wizened old owl, the tree grew. The tree did do the growing, which is important for trees. It establishes themselves as, you know, vibrant and lively things. Just basically, notwithstanding complete rambling most of the time. So we have got some shafts. Did we not make any shafts there? Did we give up on making the shafts? Apparently we made no shafts. I was kind of hoping we'd make some shafts there. There we go. 24 shafts. GG's. And then for the gears, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 gears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we need some of those andesite casings, I think it is. Because we want gearboxes. Gearboxes. Andesite case shaft. No, I just want gearbox, mate. Andesite casing. So it is just okay. We are gonna go through a powerful amount of andesite here. So we haven't got nothing in there. That's good. So we want 2 of these. Doop doop. Probably should Just make a job lot of them. That's not what you do, Furry. That's entirely not what you do. Just so we're clear, that's not what you do. You then slap them with this stuff. Bop, bop. Nice, that works. Then they're a bit harder, so you have to use pickaxe on them. Job's a good one. Then we've got 8 gears, so we can go 2 of them, and 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That gives me my 4 gears. And then we've got loads of shafts. So let's see if that will work. If that will do something good for us. Potentially powering this bad boy to the up position. So if we run shafts between those two, like that, and then we run shafts along here like this, that is now rotating that. Whether that will turn the machine, I don't know. We may have to do some shenanigans here. I'm not sure how this works. It's like an undiscovered country for me. There's a lot going on that I don't know about. We had a gear, didn't we? That. A cogwheel. Let's see, if we slap this on that gearbox, does it turn this thing? Alright, we don't have enough power to drive that. That's good to know. So that is not providing sufficient power for our purposes. Which is telling me we need a separate set of, and I thought it might be the case, a separate set of water wheels to power this bad boy. What we can do, potentially, if we break that, and we break that, does that give us enough power? Because that basically is only feeding a couple of machines now. No. It may be that it's going too quickly as well. From what it said then, there may be a speed-related issue that we're looking at. But if we make our own water wheel, then just for this application, that should be able to power the entire function. So I don't think we need this. I think this is not going to work for us. I think we need it like we have downstairs with the triple water wheel. I think we need a triple water wheel that will only do this. So we can bring power line up somehow to this. And I think if we do this with the gearbox, slap that in there, that does a 90-degree gearbox, and we pop that on there. That's not the way we want it. Perfect. We pop that on there. So we can bring power up to this from somewhere. I mean, we're miles away from the other water wheels, so it should be reasonably straightforward. The pickaxe has broken, because that's how these things work. That's not going to work, is it? That's not going to work. We need to fix the pickaxe. Because that's round the wrong way. That we're not going to be able to just drive a gear straight off that. That's not going to work for us. So I think we need more raw power, less speed. So we don't need to step this one up, because that will just give us... That's an iron pickaxe. Good lord. Gooding lording. I don't know if we can fix this. I just don't know if we can fix this. We are getting more iron. While we speak, iron is being created. Oh yeah, we can. Nice. It used up all our iron, but that is now done, so we can slap that. That gives us 21 iron bits and bobs. That can go in there. No, it can't. That can go in there, because sometimes doing it right is better than not doing it right. I'm kind of old-fashioned like that. So we want that gearbox that we have placed so lovingly there to be there. And then that's where our water power is going to have to come up. Yes, yes? So that goes there, like that. and then we slap that bad boy on it like that. And that should hopefully power that machine. But I don't know definitively. We will find out when we find out. And that's when we find out. You know? So that's the plan. That's the plan. Down there somewhere it's going to be another triple water wheel jobby. And hopefully that will do what it needs to do. This thing, I just don't know about it. But it's what it's asked us to build, so that's what we're doing. But I think for now, from Furryearsworld, we are going to go with a cheery old ta-ta.